તાજા સમાચાર તમારી ભાષામાં મેળવવા માટે ડાઉનલોડ કરો ગુજરાતી મિડડેની એપ.
Why today people don't like Narendra Modi is because he's from a poor family. He's a chaiwala. We should only to be criticizing a current government is only on the basis of just because there is no acceptance. See, it's a democratic process. Whoever the leader has been chosen is because we've chosen them.
We don't have the world's best politicians. In fact, the world doesn't have great politicians to begin with. And when they see someone like you, who is brutal with the points you want to make, very clear-headed, and some of these points are actually what would come in the domain of partisan politics, right? Because there are two viewpoints and you take one side. Have you been approached by a political party to join them?
No.
No, seriously?
No.
Like not even a feeler?
No.
Would you be interested?
No, of course not.
Why not? We must do something for the country, no?
I am doing something
Yeah.
for the country. And also the idea that politicians are supposed to be authors and thinkers and mystics and actors, it's not true. Politicians are just doers. We are the ones, and good we are the ones who are the drive. That's why celebrities should have a point. We should only to be criticizing a current government is only on the basis of just because there is no acceptance. See, it's a democratic process. Whoever the leader has been chosen is because we've chosen them, and not to acknowledge that. Like, for example, this is the problem, because why today people don't like Narendra Modi is because he's from a poor family. He's a chaiwala, so there is absolutely no respect for him. But
why assume that? That's not true. I mean, Manmohan Singh was from
for
a very,
me,
very
like
poor family.
I just that's what I feel. Like, let me give you
Sure.
my opinion, because
Sure.
that's the kind of prejudice I faced. You know, like, we just do not acknowledge this. But he is the leader of the country for this chosen government, and however, whatever the term is, you choose, you say what you want to be done. And if you don't say it, and if you say, oh, because I have had enough this year, I got married and I have 2 hit films and I have this and I have that, I have no viewpoint, then don't cry about it. You've got to say what you want, and if that doesn't happen, then there is something that we should talk about it. But you don't say, you have no idea, you have no clue, just because 5 people were talking, you were like, must be true, then I also think that. No, you've got to understand. You've got to understand where we live, what is the scenario, what are the situations that we're dealing with, and have responsibility.
But what did you say? Are you joining politics or not?
मेरे को
Clearly
क्या
not.
करना है politics में यार? I have to. There are so many things that I want to say as a creative person. Let's see first how that goes. But in terms of politics, I really do not know how to. What do politicians do? I really do not know anything about this job. So I don't know how I will, how I can make a difference. But like I said, I'm all game for everything. But to me, like, I want to make a difference through movies and through a person who is, who is, like I said, politicians are not supposed to be mystics and thinkers or authors or journalists. They're not supposed to. They're just doers. But they will get a collective sense from the country. This is what his country or these leading minds of the country are wanting from us right now. That's where we need to guide them. That's what I feel. As a person, that's what I feel, and that's why I'm very intrigued by all the great minds around, and I feel we collectively need to carve a path for them, for politicians to follow, and then what politician will want, army will follow, and what army will want, that's how it will go on. But we can't say that we are insignificant in the scheme of things.
I think what I meant by self-taught is not actually going to an acting school, as it were.
Yeah.
Like, not formal education in that field.
Yeah.
Right? Because you were studying science.
Yeah.
Why were you studying science?
Because my parents wanted me to study science. Yeah, it was very difficult, especially coming from Hindi medium and then to go into physics, chemistry and organic chemistry and all of that with a different, like a different language, and I couldn't understand. I told my parents I'm not getting it, and they were definitely not amused by it, and they're like, no, this is it now, we have spent way too much money on you, so now you carry on with it. Then I started to bunk and all of that.
What did they want you to be? Like, what did they want you to study and
Doctor.
and pursue? A doctor, okay.
Yes.
But you're not doing MBBS though. You're doing science. Like,
But then what happens in school? You do science,
oh, you mean
and then you do PMT.
high school,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
right.
high school. But I've never been to college.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought that was college for you.
No.
Okay.
I was a minor when I started gangster.
Acha.
Yeah, I was so young.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, well, in that sense, everything you're self-taught. You've not done formal education.
Yes, totally.
Period. Yeah.
And then there came a point where I started to feel painfully incompetent for everything. That like I remember when journalists will sit across to me, and I'm like, You know, like, what do I say? Because there's nothing to say from my end. I don't know. I don't have any education. I didn't have any experience or ambition either. Like, if you can talk about your ambition that I want to be Madhuri Dixit, or I saw this song. I know nothing about songs. I know nothing about actors. I have no education. I remember during Tanu Manu, I used to meet Swara Bhaskar and all, and they're from JNU. They can give you a lecture on communism, or you know, they can go on and on. They can you know, like, unleash this history or whatever they have, you know, about socio-political background and all of that. I knew nothing. The good thing is then I picked subjects which really excite me. I picked few subjects and I formally, casually, not formally, I pursued those. I started to learn on my own, and then communication became a big problem. I had things that I could understand, and I knew that growing up I can't be this person who doesn't have nothing to talk about. I need to be someone who can engage. It doesn't have to be necessarily one thing, but then different kind of education I this myself, and then I even learned English and all of that. Yeah,
The sense one gets, and especially like following your public life, as it were, is you almost thrive on it. Like, you actually love, picking on people, pick on someone, say, why is this guy doing this? Then talk to that guy, like, why is... No,
I do only that when I am rubbed the wrong way.
When you are rubbed the wrong way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I obviously don't have time to go around and to pick on people who's doing what. That is very time consuming. And also, if you see me, I'm not a judgmental person. I am very easygoing as a person, and that is precisely why I'm in my own world and I'm able to do what I'm able to do, because it needs certain amount of dispassion for society and what is happening in the social structure. I'm not a gossipy person. I don't care. I can actually make a lot of, like you said, worldly things happen if I entertain these people and who are dying to be, their egos be pampered by me. But I really do not care what goes on and how this whole business of cinema works, by clinging on to whom and pampering whom and all of that. So I'm completely away from all of that. But when somebody on purpose bullies me or tries to be nasty, then of course, then I have my own way of putting them in their own place, and I do that very well.
Because before coming for this interview, I typed your name and I typed interview on Google, and I think the second thing that showed up, 34 controversial moments from Kangana's life. And that's the second thing that shows up as an interview. Clearly, you rattle people up a certain way, and it's always because someone else rubbed you the wrong way.
Yes. Always. You cannot come up with, out of those 34 controversies, if you come up with one that haven't been about people. Yes, maybe you haven't seen it openly in public, because sometimes people have the way of going little behind and hitting you. Yes, but I always retaliated openly. For example, that silly ex, I said it first, but the way he was harassing me for 2 years. Understand? So people are like, oh, where did that come from? But I know where it comes from. I want everyone to know what is happening with me. So it has always been out of retaliation to something which people have been either secretly harassing me or bullying me or openly bullying me.
But could you also be suffering from some element of a persecution complex where you feel like everyone's out there to get you? Could that be a thought in your head a lot of the times? Is that possible as an idea, as a thought?
Well, I think if anybody who suffers from that complex is somebody who will definitely live in a lot of pain and suffering. But when you are these are the kind of people who maybe fall for, I think, I don't know, but they definitely are somebody who will deal with a lot of complexities. Like you said, everyone's out to get me. Yeah. But when you are out to get everyone,
you are out to get everyone.
Obviously, you can't be suffering from that complex.
Sure.
Because your complex is that I am out to get everyone who's trying to mess with me. So it's opposite of that.
સબસ્ક્રાઇબ કરો ગુજરાતી મિડ ડે. બેલ આઇકોન પર ક્લિક કરીને મેળવો તમામ વિડીયોના ડાયરેક્ટ નોટિફિકેશન.